Hey, Tom Frizzell again. Now, with session three on a growth mindset. Today, we're talking about expanding on the concept of focusing on learning over approval. It's essential for cultivating a growth mindset. This approach encourages a deeper, more intrinsic motivation for self improvement, allows you to grow without being overly concerned with external validation. You know, the people out there telling you this is the way it's going to be, you're doing great, whatever. Here's a more detailed exploration of the idea. So, first, we need to understand what is the desire for approval. It's just a natural human tendency from, when you're just a young baby until you're a grown person. It's a natural human tendency. Seeking approval for others is just natural. From a young age, we often receive praise and rewards for good behavior, achievements, or you meet expectations. While that can motivate us, it can also create a dependency on external validation, making us overly concerned with how others perceive us. What about external versus internal motivation? External validation, such as praise from others, can be fleeting and inconsistent. Relying too heavily on it can lead to a constant need for approval, which may cause stress and anxiety. In contrast, internal motivation, driven by a desire to learn, grow, and achieve your personal goals, that tends to be more sustainable and fulfilling in the long run. Let's look at shifting that focus from approval to learning, okay? Because if we can make that shift, then we're really getting somewhere. So what there must be an intrinsic motivation for growth. Right? When you shift your focus from seeking approval to prioritizing learning, you tap into intrinsic motivation. This means you're driven by a genuine desire to improve your skills, knowledge, and your abilities. So intrinsic motivation is more powerful, enduring, because it comes from within, right here, and it's not dependent on the opinion of others. So, so how do we look at it and embrace the learning process? Of course, focusing on learning involves embracing the entire process, including, those mistakes, and we got to make them because experimenting and gradually improving. It's about valuing the journey of growth rather than just an end result. That mindset allows you to appreciate small wins and progress, even if they don't immediately lead to external recognition. You got to reduce the influence of others' opinions. Detaching from that external validation. By focusing on learning, you reduce the influence of others' opinions on your self worth. While feedback from others can be valuable, it really depends on who it is. It shouldn't be the sole determinant of your success or happiness. When you prioritize your growth and learning, you become less concerned with impressing others and more personal. You start to focus on your own personal development. So building confidence and self-esteem. When your sense of worth is tied to personal growth rather than approval from others, you build a more stable and resistant self-esteem. This confidence is based on your own achievements and improvements, making it less susceptible to external fluctuations. Practical strategies for focusing on learning over approval. So we need some strategy. We need to, how do we set this whole thing up? Well, number one, and this is just a standard no matter where or what you do, is setting personal goals. Focus on setting personal goals that are aligned with your growth and interests, though. Interests rather than goals aimed at gaining approval of others. Make sure these goals challenge you and push you to learn new things. Track your progress and celebrate your achievements, regardless of whether others notice them or not. Embrace a growth oriented environment. Surround yourself with people who value learning. Add personal growth over superficial achievements. Look for you can find mentors, peers, or communities that encourage continuous learning and provide constructive feedback without being judgmental. Because we can find enough judgment out there without searching for it. So practice self-reflection. Regularly, just sit down and reflect on your experiences and progress. Ask yourself, what have I learned? How you've improved, and Where can I continue to grow? Self-reflection helps you stay focused on your personal development, rather than some external validation. And you got to learn to accept constructive criticism. Not all feedback is about seeking approval. Constructive criticism can be an invaluable tool for growth. When you receive feedback, focus on what you can learn from it rather than how it might affect others' opinions of you. Celebrate effort and improvement. Recognize and celebrate your efforts, even if they don't lead to immediate success. Focus on the improvements you've made and the skills you've gained along the way. That approach reinforces the value of learning and growth over just seeking approval. All right, so everything we're talking about is important to get us there because we're looking for the one thing is to get what are the long-term benefits of focusing on learning. You know, if there's not a long-term benefit, then it's just it's short-term, quick desire, it's over with. So sustainable growth. When you prioritize learning, your growth becomes more sustainable. You're not chasing short-term validation, but rather investing in long-term development. That approach leads to continuous improvement and a deeper mastery of your skills and knowledge. Also, you want to build a resilience to criticism and setbacks. A focus on learning makes you more resilient to criticism and setbacks. Instead of taking criticism personally or feeling discouraged by failures, you see them as opportunities to learn and improve. This resilience is crucial for overcoming challenges and maintaining motivation. So what we're really looking for is a greater fulfillment and satisfaction. So ultimately, if you start to focus on learning, that'll lead to a greater fulfillment and satisfaction. You're more likely to find joy in that process of growth, which makes your achievements more meaningful. This intrinsic satisfaction is more enduring than just the fleeting pleasure of external improvement. So, got to overcome common challenges. Deal with social pressure. It can be challenging to shift away from seeking approval, especially in environments where success is often measured by others' opinions. To counteract this, remind yourself of the long-term benefits of focusing on learning and keep those personal goals right up here. Keep those in mind, right up here, actually, right in the forefront. Balancing external feedback with internal goals. While it's important you value your own learning, completely ignoring external feedback isn't advisable either. There's always a life balance regardless of what you're dealing with. So the key is to balance that external feedback with your internal goals. Use external feedback as a tool for growth, but don't let it dictate your self-worth or your path. So in summary, just simply focus on learning over approval. It's about shifting your mindset from seeking validation from others to prioritizing your own growth and development. So this approach will definitely encourage intrinsic motivation, builds resilience, and leads to more sustainable and fulfilling personal and professional growth. By concentrating on your learning journey, you develop a deeper sense of self-worth that isn't tied to others' opinions. It allows you to thrive in both success and setbacks. Okay. So, Tom Frizzell, I'm checking out for now. This is a little bit longer than I intended to go, and I'm going to try and make the rest of the next remaining, shall we say, 4 or 5 programs much shorter. But I'm going to have available for you the full sense of what I want to say, even though I'm going to shorten it down and try and edit it down to a much time for the recording. Don't forget, my email is in the first comment below. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. The mindset number 4 will be out shortly. So thank you.